Ok. J'ai parti mon micro. Hey, hopefully this works. Can see you and hear you all right. I wonder if tuna face and the brain are helping if set up. Oh no, I'm late because I was eating lunch. It's boring, I know, I'm sorry. It's a super nice day out today, so I'm gonna try the stream without additional lamps. Hopefully it's gonna be like visible enough. Okay, sorry about that. Hi guys, hi Lise, hi Dominic, hi Jen, hi Lana. It's really funny because even when I like put the lights on, the camera adjusts, so it's basically the same result or close, you know. And this is not like the camera is not good enough to really make a difference in the quality. I hope you guys got your drink. I got a matcha latte. Alright. I'm gonna use this one. My hands are so dry right now. It's just super annoying because the skin like becomes like Velcro. Ugh. I'm gonna be picking my paints. Hi Jellybean. I have a cold coffee. I forgot about this morning. Yeah, well, ew, Velcro skin. Yeah. So yeah, cold coffee is well suited to the weather. So. Deep magenta. Ivory white. Ah ben hello. Hello Scott. Hello baby. Salut la pire. Viens me voir. Oh là, tu viens me voir. There you go. Hey baby. C'est pas ça que tu veux? Tu vas aller derrière moi? Penses-tu? T'aimes-tu? Je peux pas vraiment. Ah ouais, vas-y. Saute. Bon. Ça va m'aider beaucoup à peindre. Oh, that's a fancy way of well, fancy. It's not fancy, but I mean, it's tuna face, right?
Typical.
Yeah, I think that works. I want to paint baby bonnet's flowers today. I think the core of the flower is a deep red purple color, and the petals are white, so I have ivory white and white. How's the new food working out for her? The wet food, number one. I mean, the one of the cans is basically just looks like tuna from a human, like a human-made can of tuna for humans, and the tiny chunks of pumpkin in there. Tuna face in Danish. Do you say it? How do you say it? Like tun. I don't know. I don't want to. I want to butcher it too much. Okay, so leaves. Yep. Let's try that. Oh mais parti. Bon débarras.
Moi j'ai pico.
T'as tes pickle? Ben oui, toi, ben cute. C'est quoi cette petite bête?
Je sais pas.
I'll make you a video clip where I sit. Oh, nice! Wait. Guys! Our flag means death got renewed! They say that the internet let out a collective sigh of relief on June 1st because of that. And certainly can hear that. Oh my gosh. It was maddening. Like, you have this show, Bicycle, that's like incredibly popular and has been on top of the most watched shows, I think, for like 6-7 weeks, but no news about renewal. Yeah, I think they were holding on to have it as a Pride Month release, but like, I would be mad if I wasn't so overjoyed that it's back. It's like, alright, fine. I haven't seen Stranger Things season 4. I don't think I will watch it. Hey, Alexander, it's been a while. Hi. Question, but has the paint hardened? Wait, what? Hold on, what paint? A lot of people said it was a good season start. I was impressed it didn't look pandemic influenced. Oh, inside the tubes. These, no. That's acrylic wash. If it had hardened, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. I'm just mixing the paint. Because some of these colors haven't been used in a while and the paint can sort of separate a little bit. Yeah, the tube massages are for mixing the paint in the tube. These tubes living the life with the shiatsu. Oh, I see my knowledge of acrylic wash is still newborn. Oh, no problem. Speaking of hardened tube, I was sent this one, which is completely solid, but it's a discontinued schminke color. They're Pudzwally Earth, and I will like make a video where I open this up and try it out. Like if acrylic gouache hardens, you can't reuse it, but if watercolor hardens in a tube, you can always. It's basically having like a big pan of paint. Oh my gosh, Lise! Oh, and about being a long time off, it's really have been. Sometimes I'm here but lurking in the shadows only watching, but that's fine. Arden oil can be used like ink? No idea. I've never painted with oil. Have you ever used acrylic gouache with a wet palette? Just a bit. I made like a wet palette from a container and sponges and wax paper, but I don't really like it. I'm not consistent enough to make it worth like the hassle, in the sense that I will switch to another medium shortly and then the palette just dries out or gets moldy. I much prefer to use like small amounts from the tube and add more if I need it. I saw someone make a wet palette from a schminke tin once, and it hurt me inside so much because I was like, but that's a tin. First of all, schminke tins empty are quite expensive, but okay, fine. The person doesn't mind; that's their decision. But it's a very poor choice of like material for a wet palette because it's gonna rust. And I'm like, why? Why did you do that, person? Why? Yeah, exactly. I haven't kept up with their content enough to know if they ever mentioned the wet palette ever again, but oh, it made me so sad to see this nice schminke tin like used in this way. Oils are something that for now I don't see doing, at least the traditional, mainly because of the whole cleaning difficulties and the countless solvents. Yeah, and you kind of need a lot of space and space that is like well ventilated and not full of cat hair, you know. The further I would go would be, yeah, water soluble might be great, but I don't know. There's so many lovely paints out there, like if you like watercolor, that's perfectly valid too. You don't have to do oils if you don't want to. I at least get the gold tin. What? Schminke had a sterling silver tin at some point. And it cost like a normal leg. And then the other leg too. You can hardly see little flowers on the camera, but they're there. I feel like watercolor is great for when I'm being lazy since it's easy to rewrite. Yeah, it's super convenient. I'm pretty sure I'd love it, but I can't find the space or, to be honest, enough funds to enter oil painting as a hobby. I think I might someday, far from now, after a workshop or something. Yeah! And I mean, until then, there's still stuff you can do, like using oil pastels and I don't know what else, but it's like you can still approach that kind of binder and medium without going all out in as it is. I can't even be bothered to use my acrylics. I just go for watercolor every time. Question, but are problematic pigments in regards of light fastness and watercolors like PR9, PR170, PR13 and others will still problematic in acrylic medium like acrylic gouache? Quite possibly. I think that with oil you see more of a difference between the light fastness of the pigments because the way the medium coats them is not the same. Ew, I can't stand touching oil pastel or the other pastel either. Ew. Okay, I get it. I'm with you there. Some oil pastel really stink. The only ones I found that were super fun to use were the Neo pastels from Caturday. One, they don't smell, so yay. And they're kind of waxy and really buttery soft. And they're really, really fun to use, I gotta say. Right. The chalk pastel on paper, like the texture of using these on paper is really, really not cool. Yes, the Neo Pastels are okay, and they also have a good plastic covering. Yeah, they're really, really fun to use, the Neo Pastels. Oh, the tactile thing. Also, the you know, the dry pastels, they leave so much dust everywhere. I know that the oil pastel, they can leave some sort of like residue, like greasy residue, but it's less airborne than the the dust. Oh my gosh, the dust. It was one of the things that really bothered me about working with pigment when making my own paint. I've just started reading Wheel of Time again, back after 20 years or so. It's fun to be back. They're so easily read. I tried reading them when I was younger, but I didn't really get into it. And now they're sort of associated with people I don't really like in my head, so it's kind of hard to consider rereading them. They're making a TV show about it, or they made one or something, right? They did, yeah, it's on Amazon. How was the show, if you guys know? Yeah, I totally get that. I will also say that as fantasy, it's not really all that great. It's just very long. I heard an old song got popular because of the scene with Max. Yeah, the Kate Bush song. What is that? There's a... Oh, that's really cool, Alexander. That's great. There's not really any excuse anymore to not include that kind of stuff in shows. So that song, the song that got popular again by Kate Bush. There's a really good cover by Placebo. What's the song called? Running Up That Hill? I really love the song. Good song. I agree. Brilliant song. Yep. Kate Bush has serious chops. Hey, Paulo! Hi! I love that all of these shows I watch are using songs I adored before and more people are listening now. Yes! I agree. Hi, Nicole! Hi, guys! I think we have quite a few Florence and the Machine fans in chat. I recently saw Millie Bobby Brown on Hot Ones. I didn't expect her Euro accent. Yeah, she's from the UK, I think. Hey, Otto! Hello! How are you? Not too exhausted? I hope we're able to refuel a bit. Was it your birthday, Elise? I had a nap. I hope it was a good one. There's nothing quite as bad in terms of naps than the ones where you wake up more exhausted than you were before. That just sucks. Not mine, a friend's. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it was a great time. Speaking of exhausted, I spent all day yesterday making my dad's birthday cake. My mom ended up getting a cake, but at least mine is chocolate. Yeah, what's the other one? Store-bought cake when someone makes one? That's sad. It was really nice and not too big. Very lovely people, about 50% dance friends. Oh, that's great! It's a lemon tres leches cake. We are taking the cake to the family now. Oh, cool! I much prefer chocolate too. Chocolate wins. I'm a why not both kind of gal when it comes to cake. It's a yellow cake with chocolate buttercream from scratch. That sounds amazing. And yeah, chocolate buttercream is usually not very dark, so if yours is light, that's probably good. Though we have Paulo with us. Paulo. What's your chef's opinion, Paulo? I could go for all the buttercream right. Oh my gosh, stop it. Don't say stuff like that. Oh man. And it kind of has to be like made from scratch because the store-bought icing that they call buttercream is really jarringly bad. All of it. We need to share. I would be mad baking a cake and then someone buying one. I wouldn't nip on the whole party. Not a fan of buttercream, honestly. Much too rich. Fine, I'll take it. Give it to me. See, I can't do ganache. To me, ganache is incredibly richer than buttercream. Because at least buttercream is a bit fluffy. Ganache is like basically just cream and melted chocolate. That's like a brick. Well, at least buttercream you have to whip it up, so it's a bit airy and fluffy. So you can have all of my ganache and I'll take all of your buttercream. I think that's a good deal. Became a big fan of mousseline. Mousseline, is it just basically mousse? What makes it a mousseline? Ganache is a bit too much for me. Yeah, Jen! We'll have the buttercream cake just for us. When I made the Paris-Brest, I had to contain myself not to eat the whole thing. Just made myself dinner, perfect time for food talk. What's for dinner, Lena? Has to be a thin layer of ganache for me. I could have topped the buttercream with the ganache. Sounds like a deal. It's praline. Oh, dang. Okay, that's gotta be amazing. Oh, praline is so good. Cake. All the cake. Oh my gosh, yes. So the cake that I sort of grew up on was boxed cake for the, cake part. And my mom would always make the buttercream from scratch. And that was some legit A+ cakes. I vote we have Paulo to cater if Edinburgh. Well, I mean, I don't want to put Paulo like too much pressure on Paulo, but he can supervise the catering at least. What do you call buttercream? How is it made? It's it's icing for cake, but it's made essentially from butter and icing sugar. Some are really fancy and will put egg whites and all sorts of weird stuff in it, but at the very, very basic level, it's like butter, icing sugar, and vanilla. And you just whip it all together. Oh, coffee buttercream, yeah. I really, really loved when my mom made it like the spice, like with cinnamon and spices in it to fit with the spice cake. Ah, good stuff. Muslin is a bit more intricate as you make a custard before. Oh my gosh, that sounds so complex! I used the box cake, but I put pudding mix, more eggs, and another stick of butter. Oh my gosh, that's an upgrade. my god, yes, spiced buttercream. Yeah, that's good, right? And then we put up a mix it with butter and the praline. Wow. Dang. That's really fancy, Paolo. Oh, but yeah, the box cake, like the spice flavor is surprisingly good. And then basically vanilla buttercream, but with spices in it. Oh, good memories. Like, I was a chocolate cake as a kid, but that one was also very special. Now I've sort of evolved a bit where I would really enjoy a yellow cake with chocolate frosting. Or that spice cake. There was something about that boxed spice, like cake mix, that is very, I don't know if it still tastes the same, but oh my gosh, it was really, really fun back then. God, now I want to eat cake. It's not a successful live stream if we don't, like, make everyone have cravings. Why is the idea of spiced buttercream making me nostalgic AF right now for fall when I was a little kid? Well, did you used to eat it in the fall? It's really, really weird. There are things that are so sweet I just can't eat them, but at the same time you could give me a tub of buttercream and I would find a way to eat it. Like a too ripe banana, I can't eat it, but a cake with way too much buttercream on it, I'll find a way. I like the Frizzer whipped cream cheese pies with M&M's topping. Oh my gosh, what is that? I've never, but I mean, we weren't really fond of ice cream or freezer thing. The one cake that I know was one of my mom's like favorite, but that we didn't see often was cheesecake, because I think it's kind of tricky to make. But I could never stomach cheesecake. Like, I tried it and my reaction was basically like, ew, sweet sour cheese. Ugh. No thank you. More for you. There you go. Have mine. Bye. Spice cake with apple compote. I would have a lot of spice thing for fall, but not necessarily buttercream. The whole tub, I need the whole tub. Yes! Oh my gosh, don't say stuff like that, Jelly Bean! I was 8 in 2011. Oh, I feel ancient now. Usually in childhood, I ate a lot of cornmeal cake and or carrot cake with brigadeiro. What is that? Hey, Erica! Hello! It's a pseudo cheesecake, but takes less custardy? Wait, there's no custard in cheesecake. Oh, tastes. Still, there's no custard in cheesecake. There's no eggs in the freezer fridge pie. Yeah, well, cheesecakes are meant to be cooked. You're not ancient, I'm just the baby of the live stream. I think it's both. I'm ancient and you're the baby of the live stream. Okay, question, do you put gelatine in your cheesecake? The recipe I saw recently didn't have gelatin in it. It only had eggs, I think. I was watching baking videos the other day. Brigadeiro is condensed milk cooked with cacao or chocolate. Oh, that sounds legit. Well, I can't have it at all because of dairy and I don't want to die, but it sounds great. And I know there's coconut condensed milk, but it's just not, it's just weird. A coconut is way too strong of a taste to work in condensed milk. Like, if you use coconut condensed milk the same way you would use condensed milk, it kind of tastes too much of coconut in everything. That's so too, but then I recently saw a recipe with gelatin. That's gotta be weird for the texture, because cooked eggs with stuff is not like the same as gelatin. Maybe you could use those lactose. It's not milk that's the issue for me. It's dairy protein. So I can have butter in small amounts because there's no protein in there. But if you give me yogurt or milk, I'm just gonna be a ball of pain. I like proper cheesecake, but the no-bake versions out there are pretty neat. How do they work though? I don't know how you can make them like solid enough if you don't bake them. I don't get it. And even panna cotta, it's not gelatin, it's eggs. It's just a crust with the whipped cream cheese. Oh, weird. It goes in the fridge and you just let it set like, oh, like pudding. Okay. So it's gotta be a bit less firm than cooked cheesecake. Pudding. As long as you're mixing butter in the crust and let it set, it will be hard enough. Yeah, a bit like mousse-y. I like this painting. I'm glad you do. I'm eager to see it, like, with the background completed, just so I can get a sense of it. Because for now, it's still very, like, chaotic. But it's not a disaster so far, so I'm hopeful. pretty much like a buttercream. Yeah, except that it's not butter. It's not actual buttercream in it. Dude, a buttercream pie would be like at that point you can just eat the buttercream and not look for pretexts by making it into a pie crust. What's the name of the off-white color and the more bluish green? Oh, ivory white and cobalt green. I have, wait, hold on, which one is the bluest one? I think it's grass green. I have grass green, cobalt green, light green, and deep magenta, ivory white, and white. White. The colors are probably going to look off on the camera, but I will eventually get around flattening all the backlog of paintings I have and then taking photos and posting them to Instagram. Well, cream cheese and butter are just a step away from each other. Well, in theory, yes, but not in reality. Most people buy Philadelphia cream cheese, and dude, that's a teeny tiny bit transformed. You know what I mean? It's teeny tiny bit processed. Are you interested in getting acrylic gouache, Alexander? I think the weirdest sort of cake idea that I saw, but I mean, it's not that weird when you think about it, but it's making a cake using mayonnaise. Not just mayonnaise, but like having it as one of the ingredients. And it's kind of shocking at first, but when you think about it, it's not that shocking, considering mayonnaise is basically just oil and egg. Still not getting into it, but definitely obsessed with the medium and quite nerdy. The amount of time I've been disappointed when people say, oh, I make a really good cheesecake, I'll make it for next time. It's really, I love it. I didn't really take to acrylic before, but I don't know why the fact that this is matte is sort of works better. Like, it's not necessarily super logical. And like regular gouache is not quite the same handling either, because this one you cannot re-wet it, so it's easier to layer and to cover up areas if you mess up or whatever. And if you use real gouache, that one is re-wettable, so it's also it re-wets kind of very easily. Oh, Jen, maybe you know that. As a birding person, what do starlings eat? We've been talking about dessert that I read gouache as ganache. Gouache can be layered though. It's just much harder. And if you like to scrub and if you're not super careful, then acrylic gouache is much easier to use. A new store opened in my town and I got a lot of watercolors. Oh, ooh! What did you get? What's the store? Did you share your haul on the Discord? That's true. I kind of like the other gouache for the rewettability. It makes some blending easier for me. Yeah, that's great. That's really cool. Like that's what a traditional gouache is good for. If you want to blend, if you want to be able to like work on your underlying layers. But if you don't. Starlings, I love them. They eat worms and little seeds and berries during the warmer month. Bugs. I wonder what they've been eating. Like today we've been having like an absurd amount of starlings on the like lawn. And it's made for great cat TV, but at the same time I'm like, why are they all here today? What are they eating? Probably worms if they're down on the ground. Did it rain a bit recently? I don't know. It might have rained overnight, but I don't remember. The quills have returned for the summer and I'm so excited. Oh, quills are so funny. They have such tiny heads. They're so cute. Lots of Turner's acrylic gouache because it was inexpensive and regular gouache. Oh, great stuff. The Turner acrylic gouache is a lot of fun to use. The quills really like our salt conditioner and will kick their feet in it. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I know, they look like pears. They do! They're like fluffy little pears. I'm not trying to use water-soluble graphite as the grisaille layer for my... from watercolors. I also want to hear Eve say grisaille. Grisaille. And when it rains, we get a lot of roly-poly bugs. Oh, pill bugs, yeah. I don't mind them till we get like 20 of them invading. I like roly-polies with lice. Oh, no, okay. I am now trying to use... I hope it works out. We often... There's a period in the year when we find a lot of pill bugs like inside and we sort of grab them and put them back outside. But I'm like, why? my god, pill bugs are called bench biters in Danish. I like pill bugs so much better. It's the perfect name. Roly poly is cute too. I agree. I think in French they're called isopod, I think. Which makes them sound like they're a fossil or like a very ancient bug of some kind. As the water-soluble graphite doesn't lift, is the ideal solution for me. As long as you can layer the watercolor on top of it. Hey, Mikey! Hello! Yeah, but I think it's a general name. I don't know if we use any other name for them. I like the alliteration in bench biter. Yeah! It's a really cute name. Definitely grew up calling them roly-polies. I started calling them pill bugs after I moved to Canada. Canada. Ugh. Sorry. Oh, that sounds rough, Mikey. I have one stray hair on this brush that's really annoying me. I don't know if you can probably see it, but it's like perpendicular to the brush. And I have to be careful. I think I should just cut it. Allergies, am I right? There you go. Sorry about that. Dang, the the weather is so changing right now. It's like, oh, I can smell painting. Oh no, I can't anymore. Alright, so some of our good traditional questions are, what was the best thing you ate last week? Since we were talking about food anyway. Honestly, probably Taco Bell. I've never had Taco Bell. I'm more trash bags. I don't know. Is it really? Is it really the association? Not super familiar with it. I ate a really delicious watermelon. That was amazing. I made some oven-baked chickpeas and they were really good. Ooh! The kind that you eat as a snack, or... It's trashy American Mexican food. It's white people Mexican food. It's not really Mexican food then. Is that what they call Tex-Mex? Oh my god, watermelon. Yes! I hope I can find another good-looking piece next time I go at the grocery store. The thing is I can't really buy a full one because they're like humongous. It's like huge. It weighs like 25 pounds. I don't know, it's super heavy. But often they have like cut chunks, like a quarter of a watermelon and stuff like that, that you can buy. And sometimes the pieces look good, sometimes they don't. So when they look good, I try to grab one. Good watermelon is so freaking good. Laundry done, time to get a sandwich. Yay! What kind of sandwich will you get? I had a meatless chicken burger from Pizza the other night, and I'm still thinking. You gotta tell me more about that, like in DMs, so I can eventually order one. I was checking their like vegan menu, and they have a lot of interesting stuff, like fake cheese for pizza, and yeah, all the meatless sandwiches. When you order from them, is it through like a food delivery service, or do they have their own house delivery people? You know what I mean? Like when you order from Domino's, it's a Domino's delivery guy. I don't know if it's the same with Pizza. I typically get the cut chunks too. I can't ever finish a whole one on my own. Are you the only one who eats it in your household? Oh, I love it so much though. A good watermelon is so freaking good. They have their own delivery, yes. Oh, okay, good. They like to say my address doesn't exist though, so I usually have to skip the dishes. Oh no! You're the only one! What? Oh, well, I gotta say, Guillaume, Mr. E is not really a fan of watermelon. Like, if I have a good one and I offer him, he will eat it, but he's not gonna ask me to buy watermelon. And for the longest time, it was kind of a joke, like, that he would get angry at me for buying like, you know, when they have smaller watermelons, like buying a full small watermelon, and he was like, you're a gosh darn watermelon, like as a joke, but it was like the running joke. Guillaume is wrong then. Wrong! I know! Okay, we have to add to the list of stuff to do, and it's to try to hold back a full watermelon, the two of us, one day. Just so we can eat it all and be like, oh, watermelon. All the melons are good, but dang, a good watermelon in the summertime. Like, if it's been in a fridge and it's cool, oh, it's the best stuff. It's so, so good. And now they even have the seedless ones, so you don't even have to fight with your food. It's a watermelon massacre. We need a club. Use the club to crack open the watermelon. I get to be wee John. You can be Samba if you want. Oh, any kind of cold fruit right now sounds really amazing. I was just typing that about the club. Okay, do you all eat watermelon pure or with something? Oh, pure. Oh no, I'm gonna cringe. I feel like I'm gonna cringe. You guys are gonna be like, oh, I put salt on my watermelon, and I'd be like, why? I love this channel's food talk. Oh yeah, straight up. Like cold. Cold is ideal, but oh my gosh. Chomp, 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 and there it's gone. We swear this is an art. Hey, food is art, okay? You cannot tell me that, like, the way nature evolved the watermelon is not artful. Yes, I know someone who puts salt on it, and another always with bread. Oh, that's weird. Why? Jalapeno watermelon drink. My little brother put ketchup on his watermelon once? But why? I threw him in the garbage. Brother and melon and ketchup all in one go. Let's go. We have this tea company, Joe Tea. I think it's just a New Jersey thing, but it's 1000% better than Arizona flavored teas. Not even comparable to Brisk tea. Ketchup, you know, the condiment. Tomato, the sweet tomato, sweet vinegary tomato sauce. Oh, I love watermelon plain. There's not, I don't think there's a single food out there that I prefer combined with something. Like, let's just keep to fruits and veggies. I can't bring myself to put stuff on fruits and veggies. I've had that in salad once, Paulo. I could never do that to a watermelon myself. With strawberries. Oh no! Hold on. Gotta switch drink. I didn't know China invented ketchup. Did they? Like the Heinz ketchup kind of ketchup? Oh, it's so windy today, my paint is drying extra fast. Well, I assume we pulled the Murica and processed it. Because you have like one sort of ketchup is a bit like pickles, like relish, you know. And then you also have like the Heinz type of ketchup that is more processed, maybe. Ketchup. Well, I think that's finished. Wait. Do I still have paint on here? Oh yeah, okay. Gotta make sure I painted all the way to the edges again. All right. Alright, so I think this is finished. I'll let it dry. And what I'll do is I'll go hit the restroom and I will switch out supplies. And I will switch out this palette that I put together based on stuff in Our Flag Means Death, because I am that kind of person. So, just... Okay, be right back. Il va tout plein. Tout s'envole. Oui.
Un isopode, c'est aussi un cloporte.
Un cloporte, c'est vrai.
Et puis j'ai vu un autre nom.
Si, j'avais oublié.
Attends, je vais chercher, c'est quoi?
J'étais comme ça, mais il y a un autre nom.
Il y a un autre nom, je l'avais jamais entendu. Porcelion.
Vraiment?
Ouais.
Pas au Québec en tout cas!
C'est un type d'isopode.
I am back! Oh, hey, il est bon, thé. Le thé au savon, là. Mmh.
T'es au savon.
Bon.
Tellement weird, là.
Avec la porte.
Un gros isopode que dans la même famille.
Ouais.
Et qui
Ah, bleh! Ok, trop de détails. Trop, just too much.
c'est comme, c'est plat comme être, c'est vraiment weird.
Ouais. Ça se roule en boule, là. Oups. I'm trying to find the proper sketchbook. Oh my gosh, Nicole. Maybe it's time for a break. I'm just trying to remember where I put my sketchbook. Pardon. I think this is going to do the trick. Ah, so much wind! Alright. So I think I'll doodle a little swatch card of like the stuff that inspired the color choice so that I can then put the color in there. So the first color I picked was yellow. There's all from Holbein because it's the range where I have the most colors in. And I really like how they dry in palette and how they re-wet, so I got the first color as yellow ochre because it reminded me of Steed's hair. Which I'll try to sort of doodle here. Floofy hair, don't care. And also the robe, the morning robe, the big like ochre colored morning robe. Kind of has like twirlies on the I didn't forget to eat, I just kept putting it off. I did 2 weeks worth of whoa! Then did the dishes while waiting for my food. And I just sat down. Yeah. Yeah, you need to refuel. This fountain pen is so elegant. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. You guys know about the carbon pen. Like, I haven't used it in months. And it had no issues whatsoever. Like work, like it didn't even skip. People around you are gonna be like, what is going on? What's happening? Okay, then I picked a permanent yellow orange for oranges. Duh. Oh no, just as I was saying that it didn't skip, it's letting out a big freaking ink bubble. Check that out. I'm so neglected! I love pirates, okay? Perfectly fine. I can also maybe make... Oh, from memory, that's gonna be a bit tricky, but... Samba's orange cake, maybe? Or roach? Yeah, it would have been a big splat, but you know. It's okay. That's okay. Okay, the next color is also for another robe, but this one is for the... I don't know why it's always called the breakup robe, because at the same time, like I had read on it that Steed starts wearing it because Ed brings more color into his life or something, and I was like, ah, that's so sweet. So we have another robe here. These are fancy pirates. It's the love robe. Yes. Much prefer that. Platinum, this pen is really nice. I have two. One of them in red. Ooh. Is it also the what, the extra fine nib? Also, I never had mine dry. It's magical. Seriously. Okay, mine maybe would use a cleanup so it doesn't bubble up or like make drops like it did, but I'm still impressed that for a pen that hasn't seen action in months, it's pretty much just as it was. Okay, next color. I have 3 purples in there because of Ed's predilection with purple, and I couldn't decide which hue I wanted, so I just put all of them in. So let's draw a weird crop top. What else is purple in that I could draw? Oh, I know. Little bow. Oh no. Oh, poor Dante. I need another purple thing. I know that Ed has a full-on purple outfit, but it's super elaborate, so I'm like, We'll draw some of Baby Bonnet's flowers. I don't know exactly what they look like, so these are a bit made up, but... Next color I put in there is indigo, and it's mostly inspired by all of Ed's tattoos. So I have a stupid looking snake for that. Very stupid looking. It's okay, Mikey. It sounds really awful. So I have an awfully proportioned... It's really bad. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Here, let's BS something out, but some sort of outfit for all the teals I included for Steed. There. I picked two sort of aqua tealy colors. Turquoise blue, marine marin blue, out to English, and cobalt green, which in Holbein's range is not like a single cobalt pigment. And I have only two left. Shadow green. I'll just draw a tentacle for that one, I think. The last color I picked is peach black. Is it? Yeah, peach black. Okay, so that's that. Gotta wait for this to dry. I don't know if you guys can hear the cardinal bird outside going pew pew pew. All right, brush. Thanks, Mikey. Gonna need to switch rag. I don't want to ask too many questions to Mikey if talking is difficult. When you feel better, you'll have to update us. Oh, it's almost 4, so I'll have the time to finish painting these and then we will be done. It's a made-up palette. It's all Holbein colors. God in the bin. Oops, wrong color. I was listening to the Depp versus Heard trial verdict when I put together this palette. So I was not the most focused person, which is why there is paint everywhere. Also, I was dealing with like tubes that were almost finished, so I was trying to use the tube squeezer to get the paint out. But the way the tube squeezer works, it's you know, it kind of clicks every increment. And every time it clicks, the tube goes like one way. Like it, let's say this is, you have the 2 rolls here and you crank those up to compress the tube. But every time you crank, the tube goes like that way, and then you crank one more time and the other way, and zigzag like that. So trying to be precise, like dropping the paint from that kind of movement was quite a challenge. Oh yeah, it moves the tube. Yep. You did well though. It was so difficult. I know, I know. Oh, it's so difficult. And if you try to crank it like just one click too far, you end up like ripping apart the tube, and now there's paint all in your freaking tube squeezer. Let's just say there's quite a few colors I need to purchase new tubes of from Holbein, which is perfectly like to be expected. I've been using these for ages, so. So I'm making this an indigo wash, but this indigo is so pretty. It can be so freaking dark. Just love it. Mine is stained with yeah, that's gonna be the one color that leaves a mark, right? I'll have to come back because if I add the other colors straight now, they're gonna bleed all over. See, I'm learning. Oh yeah, that movie looks so good, Jelly Bean. The animation looks amazing. Yeah, so cartoony. I wonder if Otto has fallen back asleep. I have a little spot of blue on my carpet after I dropped the pile of turquoise. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, the most, like the ultimate most staining color I've ever worked with was M grams of phthalo turquoise. It's basically phthalo blue and phthalo green. And since it's an M gram paint, sorry, it doesn't dry very solid. It stays very sticky and like soft. And it's the one color that will get everywhere and will stain forever. It's beautiful, but what a nightmare. I have a very pretty spot of dioxazine purple on my white couch. Oh my gosh, Lise. Oh no. It's White Nights, but it's a mix of phthalo blue and green. Yeah, okay, same combo. And I mean, White Nights paint are still pretty soft too, so it has to be a bit similar in experience. Oh, it's the most staining stuff ever. That's the one, like, you know how it's quite trendy to see interior design with white everything or like very pale colors, like like the duvet, the couches, the chairs, the drapes, the rugs, everything. And I'm like, it's super pretty. But I'm always like, I always spare a thought for the fact that if I lived in there, there's no way it could stay white for that long. Like, how are you supposed to keep anything white when you paint with watercolors? Like, you know there's gonna be a trip and a fall somewhere and the freaking phthalo colors or quins or dioxazine is gonna end up being all over that stuff. Sort of the only color that is safe for watercolorists is black. I would stain that white couch with my jeans immediately. Yeah, you get a brand new pair of blue jeans and you're gonna leave a butt mark in denim dye in there. Anything white is stained before it even enters my possession. Oh my gosh. Yep. I'm waiting for the vest to dry out before I paint the pants. So that's my Reflect Means Death palette. I could do a couple of mixes. See what kind of greens I can make from this palette. It's meant to be a limited palette, so not to be able to mix every single color out there, but still I'm super curious to see. Nice muted greens. It's pretty covered in terms of oranges because I have like a straight up orange in there, but you can get some, I think you can mix some nice skin tones from the yellow ochre and the rose madder. At least you don't need to be precious about those things. Or you need plastic covers for everything. Or you could just not get like white stuff. So for a darker color. So yeah, I think it's pretty versatile in terms of color, skin tones. Because of the yellow ochre, the rose madder, and the indigo. Oh yeah, I love the greens too, gotta say. Oh, there's also the indigo I need to try with the yellow. Where's that color? Plastic covers on furniture, that's no... I agree. The second it gets hot, you're gonna be stuck to that furniture forever. Nice muted mossy... Not mossy, olivey. Yeah. Oh, I love these mixes. Trying to think what other mixes might end up needing, but I feel like this covers a lot of useful colors. Main worries were like skin tones and greens. And yeah, skin tones is perfectly good covered. Greens is a bit limited, but that's not necessarily an issue. Also, I still have room in the palette if I wanted to add more colors. But I was really trying to find colors that like had a link to something in the show. Like it with the yellow ochre, well, it's basically the same mix as a skin tone if you want to make all kinds of beige or natural looking fabric colors. Everything is sun bleached, so if you need anything light in terms of color, you just add water to it. So I'm trying to think. I feel like this is a very workable palette for the pirates. I'm really thinking hard. Yeah, I think it's quite versatile. Yeah, I agree, Jen. It's pretty perfect. Kind of hits all the key points, and with mixing, you can cover up the rest. So, all right. I'll probably take a picture of that just for fun and share it online if you want to see it up close. Same with this. After it's flattened, though, I need to flatten it first. And yeah, unless you guys have questions, that is it for today. It's gonna be great to stop talking for a bit too, because woof, with the wind today, like allergies are not the worst, but they're quite remarkably present. When I refuel on the colors that I run out of, I think I'm gonna send you a small palette of these colors, Jen. I think it could be fun. There's something so fun in playing with colors, like straight up paint, not necessarily just like the infinite realm of digital color, but to be stuck with limitations, it's always quite enriching. Good enrichment. Words, how do they work? Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for being here today. As always, if you are somehow new to this stream and you're not familiar with our Discord server, we have a Discord server where everybody can chat during the week and talk about all sorts of things. It's perfectly fine, it's welcome, and it's quite enjoyable. The link is in the description. And otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see each other either on the Discord or next week. So, see you guys. Take care. Have a great weekend.